yourself apart to entertain like me. Do the people whisper about you on the train like me, saying that you shouldn't waste your pretty face like me.
What is up, y'all? I am back with another video, and today I want to do something a little bit different, which is just kind of explaining how I re-motivated myself to get back into the gym. If you follow me like on my social medias, you know that I'm always in and out of like working out. And for the past couple of years, a lot has gone on, and I'll go into that in another video if you guys are interested. But I've gone through a lot, and working out has just kind of been put on the back burner. And one thing that I've always struggled with was just like getting that motivation to go back into the gym. It wasn't really kind of like, oh, I want to work out kind of motivation. It was what to get myself to get a good workout in. And I think I have finally figured out what to do. So if you guys want to learn how I got remotivated back into working out, and kind of my tips or tricks, maybe even if you're trying to start to get into a workout routine, then just keep on watching and hopefully these tips will help you out. Alright, so the first thing I did was just kind of go through YouTube, and I wanted to just kind of start back to the basics. What I mean is pretend that I have never worked out in a gym or in general in my life, and just kind of like start down and work myself back up. I have been working out since 2015, on and off. Back in 2015, I was really heavy for about 2 years and then just kind of fallen off. Like I said, I'll go kind of more into that a little bit later. So what I did was just kind of searched on YouTube, beginner workouts, tips for tricks for beginners and all that fun stuff. And because I looked at myself more as like a moderate type of workout person, that I knew what to do, I knew how to work out, I just was like, let that ego go and start from the beginning, because I need to get motivation back. So that's what I did, and if that helps you guys too, even if you've been working out for years like me, just start from the basics again. Just go back and just kind of, you know, do what you did when you first fell in love with working out. So that's kind of what I did. I started to find different YouTubers, and I'll link them all down below of who I started watching again. And there's a lot of YouTubers that I used to watch. They just kind of went back to lifestyle, then got away from the like fitness industry. So if you've talked to me, like 2 girls that I went into back in the day, if you guys follow me since then, was Take Care or Care Less, oh my god, I can't say her name, Sandra Perez. She was my first person that I've always watched. She's kind of got a lot more lifestyle in her as well, so I like on and off will watch her. I have her actual notifications still on my Instagram. I've always had them as a motivation because she posts every single day about workouts. So it kind of was my motivation since like 2016 or whenever I discovered her. So if you do have someone that you really look up to, put their notifications on your phone, and that's kind of like a reminder that they keep going. And that's kind of what I did with her. I felt that her content wasn't going to like make me feel bad about myself, if that makes sense. So don't put someone that makes you feel bad, but someone that makes you feel encouraged, if that makes sense. So the other person I follow, I actually had her guide. I have all of her like workout stuff, was Grace Fit UK, or Grace Beverly now on Instagram. So I am in her Facebook group still. Like, she still will post about it, but she's now gone into lifestyle, and she made a big announcement that she was gonna do that. And hey, whatever works for her, I still follow her. But I'll link the other ones that I have below. One person that I've been watching a lot is Naomi Kong or King or something like that. I don't remember her name. I have it linked down below, but she has amazing like videos. Her videos are really encouraging, so I definitely like watching those, and that's really kind of what helped me get back into it. But moving on from that long like ramble about that, my next thing is finding out a routine before I go into the gym. So what does that mean? So for me, right now, I am not in like a high demanding job like I was before. So before I work out, I go during the less busy times, which for my gym, which is LA Fitness in Indiana, is just like 1 to 3. Like it can even be 1 to 4 depending on the location and just kind of the day. So that's my time I go in. That helps me know that I don't have to wait on machines because my location is one of the busiest locations working there, or working with LA Fitness. It was called the Beast because it was so high driven in traffic. So going from 1 to 4, I'm pretty safe of having a good amount of equipment to use. Other than that, before I go into the gym, like before I go in, always finding that time. So working out in the morning, normally no one's there. Maybe around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, people are there. Other than that, 5 to 7 is the busiest time. Don't go. Don't go if you don't want to be around a lot of people. What also helps me, even when there are people around, is just wearing a hat. The cool thing about that is also just makes you feel like you know what you're doing. I don't know. Every person that I always saw wear a hat, I felt like, oh my god, they're a badass. Like they know what they're doing, and I don't know why I ever thought that. I just thought it, and so now it just kind of helps me now feel more confident because I'm wearing a hat. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. So when I wear a hat, it also helps me focus on what I'm doing. I have ADHD, so that's also an issue for me. I don't know why my nose right here is so itchy. So back to the hat thing. Just wearing a hat, it helps me focus. It helps me not have to look everywhere. I don't know, it just helps me focus. Another thing is I have like a CBD pen. I use the Delta 8, which is federally legal, or in the United States it's federally legal. That helps me just kind of really focus on my workout and just like focus on what I'm doing. Because of my ADHD, it really just helps me like mind muscle connection of what I'm doing. And then the other thing is having a good playlist going to the gym and working out. I have 2 playlists that I always listen to. The first one is the BB Rexa Essentials on iTunes Music. That has a good variety of different types of like artists on there because she has her main music and then the people she's featured with. So I think it gives a good variation of like really pumping music, some calm down, just kind of like regroup kind of music. It's a good variation, so I really highly recommend that playlist. And then when I'm driving to the gym, the playlist that I listen to is just the Tate McRae new album. The new album that she has out right now, I don't know of what it is without looking at my phone. It's whatever's out right now, May 2021. So it's actually June 1st. May, June, whatever, 2021. So her new album right now, I really love it. And I'm also listening to the Up Next part right as I park my car. So I'm parking my car. I'm kind of like preparing to go into the gym, and that is what I'm listening to. It's so motivational. I don't know why to me it's so motivational, but it is. So it really helps me kind of get into the zone and ready for this workout and just kind of kill it. And then after that, when I'm there, I put my headphones on, but I don't put them on, like I play it, but I play it low enough that if the front desk person needs to like talk to me about my account or anything, that they can talk to me. Because that's one thing working at LA Fitness, I've learned a lot of how like the gym works a little bit more, which I can go in depth with me working with LA Fitness because there's a lot of videos on that. And I kind of want to debunk a lot of things that are said. When you're going to the gym, that's my first tip. Make sure you're available for the front desk person to like talk to you if they need to. So I have that in, but when I'm having that headphones in, I don't know why, it just helps me kind of when I'm walking in the gym, I'm still ready, going zoned in to work out. And then for me, like wearing the mask going into the gym, for me, I don't know why, I think it's still like limiting my eyesight view. Blinders, kind of like horses with blinders. That's kind of how I feel, and I think it helps me kind of zone in to go work out. Those are kind of my top tips of what I do getting ready to go to the gym. The pre-workouts I use, or what I kind of vary. I just got a new one, so I'm not going to kind of tell you guys what I'm using because I have had 2 workouts. So far they've been really good, so I'm still kind of working it out. But the things that I ask for when I'm in GNC or Health Spot, well, Health Spot's local, so like any place you get your stuff, is I want something that doesn't make my face feel tingly, like where it's feeling attacking, and if I am feeling like not hyper enough, if that makes sense. Like I want to feel more pumped with it, but I don't want it to attack my face. The only problem with that, there's a lot that it's very limiting of what I can get with that, because there's a whole science about it, but it's very limiting. It's not very easy to do that, because so I have to kind of like pick my variation of how tingly I do want to feel, if that makes sense. The next thing is there are a lot of pre-workouts that help you do focus. And I just recently found that out before I got my new pre-workout. So that really will help you if you have like ADHD like me, or just need help focusing on your workouts. So yeah. And then the biggest, most common thing people say is have like a prepare before you go to the gym what you want to do. So like make sure you know what like muscle groups you want to hit, what kind of workouts in your head you want to work on when you're here, just different stuff like that. And then yeah, other than that, like getting into what kind of gyms you want, that's a whole different video from working inside like the actual gym. I can go into a video if you guys want about like what you should need to prepare for when you are about to go look at a gym membership. Another tip I have is fall in love with working out before you go on a diet. I know this is kind of like probably really crazy to a lot of people, but I feel like for me, if you feel like you're struggling with the whole process because you get overwhelmed by one thing, I've learned that I just need to fall in love with working out, and then the dieting or eating better will just follow naturally. I've learned that kind of over the years, and it's starting now. I'm not even really focusing on eating better. It's just naturally happening. Like I'm naturally wanting to eat healthier because I feel better about my body because I'm working out more. In the end, I don't want to eat greasy foods. I want to eat something healthy like a chicken or rice. Don't get me wrong, I have in my freezer loaded fries. Not even kidding. You pop them in the microwave, they become this Devourer. It's literally called Devourer. Loaded fries. That's my fun little snack if I want to at night. It's okay. I have ice cream in my pantry. That's a bad place to do that. In my freezer, I still eat bad. Don't get me wrong. But that's like a big thing that I think helped me a lot is helping me. I'm not focusing on the overall picture, if that makes sense, like cutting down everything at once. I knew for me, I just wanted to fall back in love with the gym. I wanted to fall back in love with working out, and I noticed I went too hard too fast and I fell, crashed, and I hit my brush. So that's a really good tip. That's a really big tip, that if you notice that you keep falling out because you're doing everything at once, focus on one thing, whether it is just falling in love with the gym again, or just falling in love with like maybe cooking or something that helps kind of lead you down that path. Don't do it all at once. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Other than that, yeah, those are my tips on what I do to get ready for the gym and how I kind of motivated myself. Definitely let me know if you guys have any more tips or tricks down below. And then I think I should throw this out here. I feel like it's a big thing. I understand the whole like, oh, everybody's looking at you type thing. It's not true. It's not true at all. So that's very repetitive. I'm not going to stay on that. And that's probably why I didn't want to include it, but I'm just going to include it there. So yeah, if you guys want any more questions answered or anything like that down below, I normally don't talk about fitness on YouTube, so don't subscribe if that's what you're into. Or if you guys want me to do more fitness, maybe I can, but it's not like my main thing. So don't worry about if you want to do it. I just thought I'd throw it out here if someone's searching or needs it. So yeah, other than that, if you guys want to follow me on any social medias, they're always linked down below. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!
I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure. I'm holding on to the last rock on the mountaintop, and I'm begging for your love. Do you remember the type of folk we used to be, and the simple souls we used to see?